All right, today we're going to dive deep into the AI tool Perplexity. Now, if your work involves any kind of research, I'm sure you know the feeling. You're just buried under a mountain of reports, and you're sick and tired of AIs that give you answers that sound great, but you can't actually trust. Well, that's the exact problem we're talking about today.
We've all been there, right? It's just information overload. And when you're doing serious professional work, there's that extra layer of stress, that nagging question of which AI tools you can actually truly rely on. Because what we're all really looking for is a verifiable answer. We need to move beyond those confident but sometimes, completely wrong guesses that we get from a lot of the more general-purpose AIs out there. And this really gets to the heart of the problem, the researcher's dilemma. Whether you're in law or finance or academia, you need an AI partner that gives you solid facts with clear, auditable citations you can actually check.
And that's exactly where Perplexity AI steps onto the scene. It's positioning itself not just as another clever chatbot, but as a serious, specialist tool designed to solve this very specific dilemma.
Okay, so what's the secret sauce here? What actually makes Perplexity a specialist? Let's break down what really sets it apart from the tools you might already be using every day. The best way to think about it is like this. A generalist AI, that's your Swiss Army knife. It's fantastic for a whole range of things. Conversation, creative ideas, you name it. Perplexity, on the other hand, is engineered to be a precision instrument. It's built for one main job: research. So when you look under the hood, its advantage really comes from three core pillars, and they're all built for someone who needs to trust their data.
And this is a really big deal. Perplexity isn't just using someone else's model off the shelf. Sonar is their own custom engine. That gives them direct control to tweak it for speed and, most importantly, for factual accuracy. And that is the game changer. It's not about just getting a list of links at the very end. Perplexity weaves the sources right into the text. That ability to check its work, to audit the information in real time, that's what builds trust and makes it so powerful for professional use.
Okay, but let's be real here. No tool is perfect, right? And for a balanced picture, we have to look at the limitations. Perplexity's specialization definitely comes with some trade-offs.
And this is probably its biggest functional challenge. You get this amazing, high-quality, verified output, but it often comes at you as a dense, intimidating wall of text that's just really hard to digest.
So you can kind of split these challenges into two buckets. On one side, you've got the functional stuff that comes from being so specialized. But on the other, you've got these bigger legal and operational hurdles, like questions around copyright, that are a challenge for this entire field of AI search.
Take this for example. Adhering to these digital keep-out signs on websites is a really tricky balancing act for any AI that crawls the web. You have to respect those boundaries while still trying to get the information that users are asking for. It's a constant tightrope walk.
But here's where things get really interesting. What if that biggest weakness we just talked about, the wall of text, is actually its greatest opportunity? This is where a truly transformative idea comes into play. This is the big aha moment. Imagine taking all that dense, verified, factual output from Perplexity and plugging it into a 3D spatial environment. Suddenly, you're not just getting answers. You're shifting the tool from an answer engine to a genuine platform for synthesizing knowledge.
So think about this workflow. You'd start with that dense report and then automatically transform it into a 3D map that you can actually navigate. You could literally see the architecture of the ideas and even work with your team inside that same visual space. And let's be clear, this isn't just about making things look cool. This would fundamentally change how you interact with complex information. You could visually compare sources that contradict each other, or you could see hidden connections between ideas that are just buried deep inside paragraphs of text.
I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. Perplexity is amazing at giving you the reliable, verified puzzle pieces. The 3D space then gives you the frame, the structure, so you can finally see how it all fits together.
All right, so after all of that, what's the big takeaway? What did this mean for those of us who have to wrestle with complex information every single day? Well, it really makes you question your own workflow. Just think about it. How many times have you been stuck scrolling through a long, linear document, trying to build a 3D map of the ideas in your head? Maybe we've been trying to force a 3D understanding onto flat 2D tools this whole time. It's a pretty big question. Is it finally time for us to start thinking beyond the scroll?